Hello, welcome again. Welcome to Mr. Isaac's math class. Good to have you. If this is your first time of joining my channel, I advise that you kindly subscribe and hit the notification button so that anytime I post more videos, you're going to be the first to be notified. Now, today, just look at what is on your screen. We're going to be discussing approximation. And under this, we're going to be looking at two things. We look at what round numbers are, and after that, we'll go ahead to round some given numbers to the nearest 10, to the nearest 100, and to the nearest 1,000. These are the only two things we're going to be discussing in today's lesson. So we're going to begin with round numbers. When we talk about round numbers, what do we mean? There are certain categories of numbers that we refer to in mathematics as round numbers. Can you look at the numbers on your screen? We have three sets of numbers here. You look at the first set of numbers here. Look at the first set of numbers. This one, these are the first set of numbers. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. This is the first set of numbers. And the second set of numbers, look at them here. These numbers, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. This is the second set of numbers. And then the last set of numbers here for now, we have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, and 9,000. Now, these numbers and many more that I didn't mention here are called round numbers. These sets of numbers here, we call them what? We call them round numbers. Now, the first set, if you notice, all of them are in tens. I did that deliberately. All of them are in tens. The first one is 1 10, the second one is 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, like that, all the way to 9 10s. The second set of numbers, all of them are in hundreds: 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and 900. And the last set of numbers here, all of them are thousands: 1,000s, 2,000s, 3,000s, 4,000s, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, all the way to 9,000. These numbers are referred to as round numbers. Why are they called round numbers? Because they end with zero. Did you get that? So every number that ends with 10 or more zeros is said to be a round number. So 10 is a round number, 100 is a round number, 1,000 is a round number because all of them end with zero, right? 20 is a round number, 30 is a round number, 40 is a round number. The same way 300 is a round number, 3,000 is a round number. But a number like 15 is not a round number, okay? A number like 15 is not a round number. This is not a round number. A number like 13 is not. A number like 12 is not, but a number like 120 is. So these, you need to know round numbers and those who are not round numbers. So one more time, I said that the first set, notice that all of them are round to tens. Did you notice that? 1 10, that is 10, 2 10s, that is 20, 3 10s, that is 30, 4 10s, that is 40, all the way to 90, which is 9 10s. Now, if you look at the second set of numbers, of round numbers, they are in hundreds. All of them are in hundreds: 100, 200, 300. Then the last set, all of them are in thousands: 1,000. Now, keep this in mind because we are going to be making use of them. When we start solving problems, we are going to be making use of these three sets of numbers. That is why you must understand them very well. So, we are done discussing round numbers. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at number B. Number B says round each of the following. Round each of the following numbers. If I pick any number here, I round it to the nearest 10, then to the nearest 100, then to the nearest 1,000. So the first number is 946. First of all, I'll pick 946. I will round 946 to the nearest 10. Again, I will round the same 946 to the nearest 100. And I'll pick the same 946 and I will round it to the nearest 1,000. So the next number I pick, 6,294, I will round it to the nearest 10, to the nearest 100, and to the nearest 1,000. Then finally I pick 18,579 and I round it also first to the nearest 10, then I'll round it to the nearest 100, then I'll round it to the nearest 1,000. Okay, so let's pick the first number there, which is 946. We want to round this number, first of all, to the nearest 10. Okay, we're going to round it first of all, the nearest 10, then we'll round it to the nearest 100, and finally to the nearest 1,000. Now, very simple. You remember place value. You remember place value. Units. You remember place value. Units. This is 6 units. 4 is 4 tens, and 9 is 900. Now, if you remember this, we're going to make use of this very seriously here. Okay, we're going to make use of this. So if we have 946 and we are to round this number to the nearest 10, see what we're going to do. Go back to your list of tens. Do you remember your list of tens? Look at it here. Look at your list of tens here. Can you remember this list? We have 1 10, you have 2 10s, you have 3 10s, you have 4 10s, like that. So come back to the number in question. The number in question is 946. Round it to the nearest 10. So that we can refer to it, let me write my tens here. All the tens. Let me write all of them here. I'm not supposed to do this, but I want to do it for clarity. Let me write all the tens here. Beautiful. Now, having done this, come to this number. Look at the place value. This is unit and this is tens. So since I am asked to round this number to the nearest 10, since I'm asked to round this number to the nearest 10, I will come to the tens place here. So I will see what I'm considering. I'm considering from 4 all the way to this place. This is what I'm considering in this number. I'm considering 4 and 6. And what is 4 and 6? 4 and 6 is 46. All right. Now, if I come to the tens, let me look at the tens, all the tens that are written here. Look at all of them. So I am bringing out 46. I am bringing out 46 from this number now. So when I bring out 46, look at all the tens here. Can 46, where can 46 fit in? Where can it fit in? Can it fit in between 10 and 20? Oh, no. 46 cannot enter between 10 and 20. Okay, between 20 and 30, no, it can't enter. I hope you know. Can it enter between 30 and 40? No way. Can 46 enter between 40 and 50? Oh, yes. 46 is in between here. Is in between 40 and 50. 46 is in between here. So 46 is in between 40 and 60. Now check. Between 40 and 60, and 50 rather, between 40 and 50, which one is 46 the closest to? Which of these numbers is 46 the closest to? All right, if you want to know, you know that if you are journeying from house number 40 and you want to reach house number 50, then you are at house number 46. How many steps do you have left to reach 50? From 46, if you want to reach 50, how many steps? And check how many steps are there between 46 and 40? How many steps? Okay, if I'm at 46, the next step will be 47, 48, 49, and then the next step will be 50. Now, if I want to go back from 46, this is 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 60. Look at the distance from 46 to 50 and from 46 to 60. Which distance is longer? Of course, it is longer this way. This is longer. The distance is closer between 46 and 50. The distance is closer. That means 46 is closer to 50 than it is to 40. Remember, both 40 and 50, they are tens. 40 is 4 tens, 50 is 5 tens. So that means 46 is closer to 5 tens than it is to 6 tens. Oh yes, it is in between 40 and 50, but it is closer to 50 than 40. So because of that, I will now come here. I will now come to this place and say, okay, instead of 46, my 9 is still going to remain here, but instead of 46, I am going to write 50 in the place of 46. That means 946 is approximately 950 to the nearest 10. Yes, very simple. I came to the tens place and I picked out 4. 4 is in the tens place. So I picked out from 4 down to the unit side. So I picked 46. And I checked from the members of the tens family. And I discovered that among the members of the tens family, 46 is closest to 50. So 50 comes and takes the place of 46. It is that simple, so that this number becomes a round number. So now I have rounded this number to the nearest 10. It is now a round number. It was not a round number before, but I've made it a round number. Isn't that wonderful? That's great. All right, next, we still want to round this same number to the nearest 100. To the nearest 100. So remember, we're making use of place value, right? This is units, this is tens, this is 100. Is that okay? Okay, so let's go to the 100 family now. Let's go to the family of the hundreds. You remember that? You remember that? Look at them here. The family of the hundreds. Look at it here. You have 100, 200, all the way to 900. This is the family of the hundreds. Now let's come back to this number. Let's now come back to this number. We have 900 and something. 900 and something. That is 946. So let's go to the 100 family. Did you see this? 946. So it is in between 900 and another member of the 100 family, which is 1000 or 1000. But once it reaches 10, you transfer it to the next place value. Do you remember that? Yes, when you count 100 up to the 10th hundred, the 10th hundred becomes another place value, which becomes 1000. So that is why that one is not here. Now, but we have 946. Now, even if from here 900 we translate to 1000, between 900 and 1000, 946 will be in between 900 and 1000. But where is it closer to? Is it closer to 900 than to 1000? Because if I have traveled 946 steps, if I have traveled 46 steps from 900, how many steps do I have left before I can reach 1000? Oh, that's plenty steps. That is like 56 steps, 54 steps rather, from 946 to 1000. And since it is 54 steps, it is easier, it is closer rather to 900 than it is 1000. So I am going to choose that. 946 is closer to 900 than to 1000. to the nearest 100, to the nearest 100. Okay, and again 946 to the nearest 1,000. Remember all the thousands. You remember them? We have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. What we have here is 946. And obviously, we know without wasting time that 946 is closer to 1,000, because between 946 and 1,000, there are 54 steps. But and that is the list of all of them. It is not close to 2,000. It is not as close to 2,000 as 1,000. So we know very well that it is closer to 1,000. So we say this is 1,000 to, so the nearest 1,000 of all the 1,000, the nearest 1,000 to 946 is 1,000. Of all the 1,000, the nearest, the closest, the one that is closest to 946 is 1,000. Pretty straightforward. So next we have this number 6,294 to the nearest 10. Okay, remember our place value? The nearest 10. 10 starts from 9 down. So this is 9 tens and 4 units. Okay, 9 tens and 4 units. 9 tens and 4 units. So we are considering just 9 and 4 when talking about the nearest 10 here. We are considering just 9 and 4, which is 94. So we go back to the tens family. Go back to the family of the tens. Look at them here. 1 10, 2 10, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens, 7 tens, 8 tens, 9 tens. And look at what we have here. Look at what we have. We have 94. Let me write it this side. We have 94. So from all the children of Mr. 10, which of them is 94 the closest to? Okay, children of Mr. 10, 1 10, 2 10, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens, 7 tens, 8 tens, 9 tens, even 10 tens. You can bring 10 tens inside. You will notice that 94 is in between 9 tens, which is 90, and 10 tens. 10 tens, we know that is 100. 94 is in between 9 tens and 10 tens, which is 100. 94 is in between here. Now, if it is in between, which of them is 94 the closest to? Is 94 closer to 90 or closer to 94? I mean, closer to 100. Is 94 closer to 90 or 100? Okay, so let's check. How many steps do I have if I'm returning from 94 to 90? How many steps? From 94, I have 93, 92, 91, 3 steps. And the 4th step, I'll be at 90. But if I want to go to 900, how many steps do I have to take before I can go to 100? 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Oh my God, plenty steps here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps in between. 1, 2, 3 steps in between. That means 94 is closer to 90 than it is to 100. Do you understand that? 94 is closer to 90 than it is to 900. Because if you want to travel from 94 to 100, you're going to take 5 steps. But if you want to travel from 94 to 90, you're going to take only 3 steps. That means 94 is closer to 90 than it is to 100. So see what I want to do now. I will now come here. I will write 62. Since I didn't touch this one, in the place of 90, I am going to write a round number, which is the place of 94, I write a round number, which is 94. And now I can say that I have round this number. I have round this number to the nearest 10. I have round this number to the nearest 10. Beautiful. Next, we want to round this same number to the nearest 100. Okay, so let's remember our place value, unit, tens, 100. So we are considering from here down 100. From 200, we are considering from here down. So the number we are considering is 294. So 294, let's go to the 100 family. We have 100, we have 200, we have 300, we have 400, all the way to 900. So 294, where will it enter? We know without wasting time that 294 will enter between 200 and 300. Yes, it's in between. So 294 is in between the round numbers 200 and 300. But which of these round numbers is 294 closer to? Is it closer to 200 or closer to 300? Now you need to check how many steps, if you are counting. If you were to count from 294 to 300, how many steps, how many numbers will you count? How many steps will you take before you reach 300? And if you were to count from 294 backwards, 200, I promise you, you're going to count 94, 93, or 92 good steps, over 90 steps before you can reach 200. But if you are counting from 294 to 300, you're going to count just 5 steps and you will reach 300. Only 5 steps. And you read, because 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, the sixth step, that is 300. But if you are counting from 94 backward to 200, you're going to count over 90 steps. So clearly, 294 is closer to 300 than it is to 200, right? So I will now come here. I will now write 6. That 6 is too big. I don't like it. So I'm going to write 6, okay? And in place of 294, I will write the round number that it is closer to, which is 300. So I'm going to write 300 here. And I will say to the nearest 100. Good. To the nearest 100. Next, let me go to the nearest 1000. To the nearest 1000. The nearest 1000. So let's check. We have 6,294. Remember the thousands. We have 1,000, 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, all the way. So 6,000 plus. This number is 6,000 and something. Definitely it lies between 6,000. It lies between 6,000 and 7,000. This number lies between 6,000 and 7,000. And if you know how to count your numbers, 6,294 lies between 6,000 and 7,000. If you know how to count your numbers, if you are counting from 6,294 and you want to reach 7,000, another person is counting backwards from 6,294 to 6,000. Who is going to arrive faster? How many steps do you have left between to count from 6,294 before you reach 7,000? How many steps? I promise you, you're going to count nothing less than 700 steps. All right? You're going to count 706 steps before you can reach 7,000. But the person counting backward to 6,000 is going to count, is just going to count barely 200, just close to 3,000, 300 steps before you can reach 6,000. But the person counting to reach 7,000 is going to count over 700 steps. The person counting to 6,000 backward to 6,000 is going to count even not up to 300 steps. So definitely 6,294 is closer to 6,000 than it is to 7,000. So I would say this is 6,000 to the nearest 1,000. To the nearest 1,000. This is great. To the nearest 1,000. So I am going to go to the last question we are going to solve today. It says 18,579. I'm sure by now you know what to do. All right, this is approximately to the nearest 10. Again, to the nearest 10, let's count the tens. This is unit, thousand, tens, hundred, thousand, and 10,000. So let's start from the tens place. That is 79, 7 and 9. This way, 79. All right. Remember the tens. 1 10, 2 10, 3 10, 4 tens, 7 tens, 8 tens, like that all the way. So if we have 79, let's bring out 79 because this is the tens. If we bring out 79, 79 is 7 tens and 9 units. That is what 79 is. Now, which of the tens does it lie in between? It lies in between 7 tens and 8 tens. 79 lies between 7 tens and 8 tens. And which of them is it closer to? Is it close to 70, 7 tens, or 8 tens? And my guess is as good as yours. All right. It lies closer to 80 than to 70. Okay. So I will now write this number as I will write the other digits the way they are. But when I come to 79, I replace it with 80. I replace it with 80. And to the nearest, to the nearest, nearest, to the nearest 10. To the nearest 10. Okay, straight away I'm going to the next one, the nearest 100. See what we're considering. 579. 579 is in between 500 and 600. But which of them is it closer to? If I have counted 579 and I'm on my way to 600, I have just about 21 steps left to reach 600. But if I'm counting from 79 backward, oh, you're going to count nothing less than 70 steps plus. So I'm closer to 600 than I am to 500. Is that okay? So I'm going to write 18, and then in place of that, in place of 579, I replace it with 600 to the nearest 100. The 100 closer to it is 600. It's very simple and it's self-explanatory. Okay, 18579 to the nearest 1000. Consider from the 1000 place down. The 1000 place starts from 8, so consider it down to the unit side. So 8579. Definitely, that should tell you that it lies between 8,000 and 9,000. 8,570 something. Is it closer to 8,000? Are we closer to 8,000 than 9,000? We are definitely closer to 9,000. Yes, I know you know that. So I'm going to replace the whole of that with 9,000 to the nearest 1,000. Great. So that is all we are doing today. So here is an assignment for you. You're going to do. And please keep the answer in the comment section. I will check it and reply. Round each of these numbers to the nearest 10, the nearest 100, the nearest 1,000. Sorry about that. This is the nearest 1,000.